This video is the preamble of a new series coming about Shopify and an AI app, and we're going to be focusing here on the slides. On the next video, we're going to be demonstrating it using the terminal. JWT JSON Web Token. The context is a Shopify embedded AI app series for builders coming soon. For the video to not be long on the series as always, I had to create those videos just to explain JWT. So the user interacts with the browser. There is also a cloud instance with AI agent in it, and the other part is the Shopify backend. So we want to be securing the data flow. There is a shared secret app token between the cloud instance and Shopify backend. They have the same secret, and the user interacts with the Shopify admin app, where there is an embedded cloud instance application. This application is going to be able to make requests. The JWT token will be sending that request. The data is not encrypted, is encoded, and after it's going to be decoded at the cloud instance using this secret app token to verify the signature of that data. We check the data, the permission, there are different fields that we're going to see, and after, if it is rejected, the permission is denied, rejection, otherwise it's okay. The AI agent responds to the request and the request data is returned. The whole goal here is not to overuse the AI agent to save cost, and to make sure that the data arriving to our cloud instance app is JWT token safe. Okay, so the shared secret, those three, the browser, the Shopify backend, and the cloud instance app. JWT protects the access to the AI agent. It is not Shopify API token. Let's see the store context route. So here we have a GET request. We verify the session JWT. We obtain short-lived admin API token. After that, we can read blogs, articles, and authors. We return the context to the UI. The AI planning route, let's say here we ask for a plan, we post API plan. We verify the session JWT. We validate and limit merchant input. We call AI agent, and we return editable plan. So we're managing the encoding of the context. Here a little table just to explain the token, what it permits, and it's sent where. Shopify session JWT. The browser request came from the permitted embedded app in Shopify. So it's from the browser to the cloud instance. Cloud instance is going to be decoding that and reading the data. Shopify admin API token. This is the cloud instance that may call the Shopify admin, and GraphQL is having all the data with approved scopes to be able to return articles, product, and so on. So it's from the cloud to Shopify. So the story, the JWT, has three parts: the header, the payload, and the signature. The header, this one, says HS256, an encryption, hashmark. The payload says which app, which shop, and what validity period. While the signature, it proves Shopify created those values and they were not modified. The cloud instance verifies the signature with the client secret. It checks the AUD, which is audience, against the client ID, which is an environment variable. Checks the destination, dest, against allowed shop, which is another environment variable, and checks that the token is still valid. Only after those checks does the cloud instance read Shopify data and calls AI agent. Shorter story, Shopify provides the signed identity claim, the browser transports it, the cloud instance verifies it, request verified, cloud instance performs the application logic, request not verified, it rejects it. JWT, the meaning, so 3 base 64 URL encoded section, so it's different from base 64. It's base 64 URL. Example, here for example we have a header part, header, and after we have the payload, and we got the signature, all separated by a little dot. Base 64 URL encoded is not really encryption, as it is very easy to decode. The protection comes from the signature part. So that's what is verified first, the signature. Token data before encoding, so the header and the payload, let's see. Here, header and payload, the two first parts. So the header, the algorithm used, the type JWT. While the payload has a different fields here. So I've added some different explanation down there. You can pause the video and check those ones. But the audience and the destination, we're going to check it. There is the expiration, which is important. When it was issued also, and who issued the token, and so on. So there are some others. So after the signature, we're going to be checking those fields. So how the signature is produced, the encoded header. So where is it? Here, the signature, that's the one now we want to check how it is produced. Encoded header dot encoded payload plus the Shopify client secret. That's the most important part. That's the one which is going to be checking. Conceptually, hashmap SHA-256, so that's the digest, and the encryption base 64 URL header dot base 64 URL payload. Those are JSON, and Shopify client secret is used to create the signature. Okay, so client secret is on this client secret on the cloud server instance. On Shopify backend dev, it can be rotated from the Shopify backend dev, possibly on dev var locally, but you need to put on the git ignore. It is not in git, don't commit it. Config files, browser storage, front-end code, HTML code, and so on. So make sure it's in the .git ignore if you want to use it locally. White decoding alone is not. Auth decoder can read the data, but attacker could invent a payload. So it can change the payload, but can't. For example, here I just put a payload here. It can read it, but can't get right HS 256 signature without the client secret. Client secret is very important. Changing just one payload character changes the expected signature. So the original header, original payload, valid signature. If we modify it with the same signature, it won't be accepted, it will be rejected because the signature will change. What the browser sends, authorization, bearer, and there is the token. That's what the browser sends. What the verification does, it's going to get rid, it's going to slice it, get rid of those 7 characters, bearer, and the little space here to get just the token. So word plus space character, okay, the little space here, and the code is like authorization slice 7, just to get rid of those, so that only the token will be used to verify. So the prefix is removed before verification. The reading steps: 1. Read authorization header. 2. Require bearer token. 3. Verify HS256 signature with the client secret. Verify the audience against the client ID, environment variable, and verify, so where is it? Here, the audience, who this token was created for, destination, which shop, and so on. Expiration, not before the time claims, and the destination against allowed shopped. An environment variable that we are using as well. So to review the architecture, users here, there's an embedded app, which is a cloud instance. It's in the Shopify admin. There is a secret that we use here, the shared secret created by the Shopify backend dev platform. The data will be encoded, the JWT token will be sent, decoded, checking the permissions, rejected or accepted. Then the agent can start working with the data and return it to the user. Now you got the flow through the slides. I'll be using the terminal also to show you in the next video before having this series coming. So play in the meantime with JWT, waiting for the Shopify AI for Builder app series. It's coming soon. Get reusable architecture, that's what is interesting about this series, for any place accepting embedded cloud application. So you can use it as an example of how you would embed an application and how you can secure it. So the next JWT terminal demo. Join the community now. I'll see you in the next.